Before this video begins, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Also, be sure to check out my affiliate links down below for discounts on different car mods and products. Alright, let's get into the review. Hello and welcome! Today we are inside of a 2019 Ford Ranger Supercrew with a 5-foot bed. This is finished in shadow black and has 27,000 miles on it. I would like to thank Flood Ford of East Greenwich, Rhode Island for allowing me to review this vehicle. Their link is down below. This is a 2-row truck with seating for 5, and this is the larger seating arrangement. This also comes in an extended cab with a smaller rear seat available. This comes in weighing about 6,000 pounds and currently stickers for about $39,000. This is a mid-sized truck, smaller than the F-150, and came out in the last number of years. However, it has remained mostly unchanged until now since it has returned to the US. This is a 4-wheel drive model and is powered by a 2.3-liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder engine, producing 270 horsepower along with 310 pound-feet of torque. This is also mated with a 10-speed shiftable automatic, the one that GM and Ford co-developed. This achieves about 20 miles per gallon city, 24 on the highway, and about 22 miles per gallon combined. This does have an 18-gallon fuel tank. This rides on some 18-inch alloy wheels, and it has 4-wheel disc brakes, and the front discs are ventilated. This truck is capable of towing 7,500 pounds, which is very impressive for a 4-cylinder, whereas its competitors, even in turbo diesel form, the Chevy Colorado and GMC Canyon, can only tow about 7,700 pounds, so with a Turbo 4 gas engine, they achieved a great number with that. This also has a 1,860 pound payload. This is a Lariat trim, and you can see with a lot of badging inside and out that it has a very nice presence to it. For safety features, this does have blind spot monitoring, forward collision alert with braking, and rear cross traffic alert. The Ranger comes in XL, XLT, or Lariat trims, meaning this is a top trim model. On the exterior, this does have 8.4 inches of minimum ground clearance, front independent suspension with leaf in the rear, and front stabilizer bars. This also has trailer sway control, and comes with remote start. In the front, you also do get some tow hooks, along with your LED front and rear lighting, and fog lights down below that. This does come with a temporary spare tire. And let's step outside and discuss my thoughts. Alright, so for the front of the Ranger, it looks pretty conservatively styled, but it looks aggressive enough. It has a nice road presence with it. Has a nice chrome grille, as you can see. It would have DRLs running on the lower portions of those front headlight assemblies, and the tow hooks aforementioned. Over here you get your Ranger Lariat badge, and it looks pretty nice. Then you get your wheels. Those are 265 tires, and they have some nice tread to them. On this specific used model, you do get some window guards as well, so that will help with wind and rain. You do get an easy open fuel cap, which is nice to have, and also a capless fuel spout. You do get your 4x4 badge right here, as well as a nice little Easter egg saying Ranger inside of the rear lighting. On the back, you do get some nice Ranger text plastered into the rear tailgate, and you have a more basic step right here. If you open this, it is not that damped. It is a little bit, but not much. You do get a soft cover on this specific one, and then inside of here, as you can see, it is rubber lined. However, there is no spray-in bed liner for the rest of the walls. Very light tailgate though, and it is of course lockable. And you get your rear camera within there. You get your parking sensors as well. Over here on the side profile of the truck, this is the larger configuration for the doors. So you have a Supercrew, full crew cab like model, and I think it looks pretty proportionate. The bed is a little bit short. It's only a 5-foot bed in here, but it doesn't look too out of proportion. And on the mirror caps over here, these are going to be body color, but they do have a blinker indicator inside of them, as well as power folding. So that's a nice feature to have. And returning to the front, you also do get a nice little hood guard right there that someone chose to put in, previous owner, so that will protect you from chipping the black paint. And let's have a look inside. So for your door panel here for the driver, you do have some hard plastic running throughout here. I wish this were padded, but you do get some contrasting silver charcoal color gloss plastic right here, so that's okay. You get your power locks, of course. You do have a B&O audio system in here, so that sounds very nice. We will do an audio test at the end of this video. Over here you get some nice soft padding, as well as your power window controls. And unfortunately the rear are not one touch, but that is okay. And then you get some storage down there. No side step in here. I think it's manageable, but I'm about 6 feet tall, so for a shorter driver you may want to install a side step. There's also no Ranger emblem right here. I'm kind of surprised they didn't include a little door sill, as they've been plastering the Ranger name all over this truck, which looks good. For the driver's seat, it is of course black leather, and it does have Ranger pressed right into the seat right there. It has some nice white contrast stitching, and additionally it is a power seat. It has two-way lumbar support. I kind of wish it had four-way for this being a top trim truck, but that is okay. And your pedals and such are down there, as well as your fuse box, and then your light controls, as well as a bed light. Your power mirror controls are actually here, and if you push this, they both power fold at once, which is nice. And they'll fold back out like so. And you get a climate vent. And hopping inside of the Ranger, the steering wheel is leather wrapped, and it's a pretty soft and meaty steering wheel. It feels very nice in hand. No shift paddles in here though, so this is a shiftable automatic, but they chose to put that down on the shift handle itself. As for your gauge cluster in here, it is a mix of analog and digital, analog speedo, but the tachometer and the navigation and multimedia system is going to be digital in here. As for the rest of the interior, for the dashboard, it is soft padded with some nice contrast stitching, and although it's a little bit plain, it has some touches of silver in here, some more of that charcoal gray gloss plastic, and that also runs on the passenger side of the dashboard, including a nice Ranger logo stamped right in. Above all that, you do get your little storage tray, so you could put a phone in there or whatever else you may like. And for the rest of your steering wheel, it is pretty basic, but it has a lot of controls, everything you may need, both for your multimedia system and for your navigation area. As for the seats themselves, they are both heated up front with 3 levels. This does have Ford's Sync 3 system. It's a very intuitive system. You can pick through your audio right there, your climate controls, which you will pick the modes and such through here, but you can also control the basics like temperature and the fan speed, also with hard buttons. And you do get nav in here, of course. And for your backup camera, it does have moving tracking lines, which is nice. It's a little bit lower quality, but that's nothing to do with Ford. A lot of companies make them pretty low quality. However, you do get some front parking sensors, which is nice. Below that, it is a relatively simple layout. You get a hard physical volume knob, as well as power to turn on and off your infotainment system. You do get a hard tune knob, which is nice. And you get some skip and play pause buttons here. You do get your AC controls down there. It is dual zone climate control, which is nice. Dual zone auto. Below that, you do get 2 12-volt charging ports, as well as 2 USB Type-A ports. You also do get an auto stop start button, which is nice to have a dedicated one. I personally don't like auto stop start, so that is nice. Traction off button, parking sensor button, and trailer sway control. With this being the 4-wheel drive model, you do get 2 high, 4 high, or 4 low options. I wish they had a 4 auto though. And it has, of course, park reverse neutral drive, and then if you go all the way back, you can pick sport mode, where you can choose your gears yourself, shifting like so. This does have a hand parking brake, which is nice, so that's cool to see in a truck. I think that's because in international markets, this may come as a manual. You do get 2 cup holders behind that, and you do get a really well padded little storage area in here. It's not that large, but it is only a mid-sized truck, so that is okay. In your glove box, it is damped, and it does its job. There is no sunroof in this Ford Ranger. You get a little sunglass holder, some LED dome lights, and an auto dimming mirror. With your visor, you get 3 garage buttons, so that is nice. And you get a lighted visor, as well as a sliding visor. And it covers the whole window, so that's good. For this interior in general, I think it does well enough. It has enough luxury touches to feel premium. It's not a luxury truck, don't get me wrong, it's not trying to be. But overall, it's pretty nice being up here. And let's check out the rear seat. Alright, so here in the rear, the door panel looks about the same as the front. And with me being about 6 feet tall with long legs, I have enough room to sit back here. Foot room is okay. Knee room is a bit short, but they do have some deep cutouts in these seats as they expected that to be. So I can fit back here comfortably enough for a long time, so not too bad. You do get a full AC charging port back here, as well as 2 Type A ports. You get 1 storage bin, no climate vents though. I'm a little surprised they didn't include climate vents back here. That is okay though. And you do get a simple armrest back here with 2 cup holders. And back here for headroom is good. And the windowsill is pretty high because this is obviously a boxy truck. And yeah, pleasant enough being back here. Alright, as for my final thoughts on this truck, this currently stickers about $39,000, and I think it's a nice little package. I will be driving this truck soon, so make sure to check out that POV video coming out soon. And overall, I like this truck. I like the Ford Ranger, the new one. It really, it's a good size, it includes everything you may need, but it doesn't have to be as big and burly as an F-150, or as much of a possible burden to drive, just because those are very large. Alrighty, thank you very much to Flood Ford of East Greenwich for allowing me to review this vehicle. Your link is down below. And now make sure to stick around for an audio test of this B&O audio system. Thank you very much for watching, and take care.